Now I know these stripes aren't very exciting because it's winter time and they're a bit brown, but just use some effects, bro, and it looks sick. Eeh. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. Alright, springtime is just around the corner. I am keen. So keen. Ridiculously keen. My favourite time of the year is spring, so I'm looking forward to it. Now, today's video I'll be talking about what you can do coming into spring or coming into autumn, depending on where you are and what time of the year it is. So for cool season grass, this year I don't recommend doing anything like oversowing, aerating, or dethatching your lawn in springtime because you start to promote weeds to germinate if you start disturbing the soil. What I recommend doing is bringing in something like Pre-Emergent. I'll link in the description below about Pre-Emergent. Have a look in the link there and you'll be able to see what I talk about. What I really recommend doing in spring is just getting your lawn nice and thick and lush. So getting a nice fertiliser on it. So something with a high count of nitrogen in it, just to really get your lawn kicking into gear. So here's a product here that I like to use. It's got some urea, some controlled release, a bit of potassium, a bit of phosphorus as well, but it's got a high amount of nitrogen in it. And the reason we use that is to kick the lawn along to get it really kick-started for spring. Once we get further into spring, you can use products that actually have high potassium in it to strengthen that root zone up, and something with phosphorus to shoot your roots a bit lower down, but nitrogen is best bet when you're kicking out for spring. Now, if you really need to renovate your lawn, so redo the whole thing and reseed a cool season lawn in spring, I recommend killing off your lawn now. So do it before spring hits. You find if you do seed in spring though, you'll get a lot of weeds germinating as well, because you're trying to get your seed to germinate, and you're trying to also get your weed seeds to germinate if you're doing that. Because you're watering it so much, they're going to germinate naturally anyway. That's why I normally don't recommend doing a renovation in spring, it's because you promote those weeds actually growing. But if you really have to, go ahead and do it. Get organised now, kill your lawn off, kill those weeds out, and get ready to oversow it. Now for warm season stuff, it's a different story. Now the reason it's a different story is because warm season grass actually has a nice, thick mat and thatch on it, so it chokes the weeds out quite easily compared to your cool season grass. So you can get away with oversowing or roughing the soil up and disturbing the weed seeds below because it's got such a thick mat and thatch. It stops those weeds actually penetrating that layer just there. So I recommend giving a dethatch, a core, aeration, oversow if your grass type produces seeds, and a top dress as well if you can. Top dress is awesome, just get it nice and level. Always remember when you're top dressing is make sure the leaf blade is popping through the top, otherwise you're going to choke it out and it's not going to photosynthesize like it should. That's the best thing you need to be doing. If you find your warm season grass is thick enough, you don't actually have to do a renovation. I do recommend doing a dethatch and a core anyway if you've got a really thick thatch layer in your grass. You can get motorised dethatchers, you can get a rake in there, a hand rake. Doing a hand rake will take you ages, especially in my yard. Wouldn't be worth it. I'd recommend going down and hiring one out just to pull all that thatch out of there so you can actually get some airflow down into the root zone of your grass. Make it better, brah. If you don't think you need to do that this time of year, put a pre-emergent out to stop those weed seeds germinating, because the thing is with pre-emergence is you can't actually use seed in conjunction with it, because pre-emergent will stop that seed germinating as well. Just like it stops weed seeds germinating, it stops seed germinating. Look at that. Whoa, that's tall fescue. It's massive. Why are you so beautiful? Now, quick thing, the reason that is greener as well is because the root system's obviously going to be a bit deeper. Some of you might not know that I actually have a twin brother, and I've got some footage of him here just to show you guys. Sorry Josh, hope you enjoy. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tips vid. Go mate, let out. As you can see here, this is the 7th green, and it's green. So good. It's just a spot. So now for the guys falling into fall. So now for the guys going into autumn. Basically what you want to be doing is getting your lawn ready for the winter. So if you've got cool season grass, aerating, dethatching, oversowing, you want to be doing those things to give it a good fertilise. Something I recommend, something with high potassium to get those roots nice and strong for winter, but also give it a kick of nitrogen if you're seeding. If you find that your lawn's thick enough, I wouldn't really worry about overseeding. Just try and give it an air rate to really loosen up the compaction and get some air down in that root zone. Now if you get warm season grass, you can still do the same thing. You can aerate it, dethatch it, fertilise it, but don't oversow because your grass is going to really struggle to germinate and it probably will die from the winter anyway. So when you get to warm season grass, try to seed it in the springtime, not in the winter. Cool season grass, try to seed it in the autumn and not the spring. Don't seed like that, I was being silly. Just don't. So yeah, really this time of year, get your head around what you're going to do with your lawn. It's the perfect time of year, coming out of summer, coming out of winter. It's the perfect time to start thinking about what you need to do with your lawn. Do it. You can do it. You can think about it and do it. You can do it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like my videos and you have a good week.